All right, y'all, it's been a heck of a garden season so far. We've got a lot of beautiful vegetables growing, to be honest with you. Some things haven't worked out, some things have worked out. I'm not dealing with things that haven't worked out today. Honestly, we're going to show you things that are doing well, and because we're very proud of them. I think they look beautiful. We're going to have a lot of great vegetables. Not the variety we used to have, but you know what? We were streamlining things this year. That's a fact. One of the biggest things Angela and I talked about going into this season was to streamline things. Hey, look back. What do we eat? What do we eat the most of, right? And so therefore it shows you what we really need to grow. And we realized that a lot of things that we had been doing weren't very productive, weren't very beneficial. And so it's like, you know what? We're not growing it. We'll grow some of this, some of that, but the bulk of our growing needs to stick to certain things. And that's what we're going to talk about today and show you is things we are growing and how well they're growing actually. Like all these beautiful peppers. We do eat a lot of peppers here, and there's a lot of very, very, very beautiful peppers here to be had. Like we're growing these sweet delight peppers, these snacking peppers. I think it's Haas Tools snacking peppers here. They're beautiful. We got 4 of them planted. So far we've harvested a bunch of orange ones. We bought a pack of seeds from Haas that was supposed to be a mixed variety. Could be red, yellow, or orange of those peppers, and basically you don't know until you plant them and see what they turn. So far we've harvested 4 or 5 orange ones, or maybe actually 6. I'm sorry, 6 orange ones, and you see another orange one there. So we're not sure. We might have 4 orange plants, which is okay because they're stinking delicious. There's the little snacking peppers. Here's some orange bell peppers. I don't think there's any turning yet, but they're getting to be a really nice size. Look at this right here. Beautiful size. Beautiful pepper right there. Really nice size pepper. Growing another really nice one right there. Beautiful, beautiful pepper. That's huge. There he goes. That's a big pepper. Big pepper. That's the orange one. We got a yellow and a red as well, and we got a green emerald. I want to show you this red one. The red ones are amazing. Here's a beautiful red one. Let's see if I can get a good shot of it. There's a beautiful red one, almost ready. Almost ready. Another one turning right here. Just beautiful. Look at those. And here's one over here that is almost ready. Another beautiful pepper. Look how massive that is. Big peppers. Honestly, that's just a lot of fun for us. We do wind up eating a lot of peppers. Whether Angela chops them, puts them in some kind of stew. We make stuffed peppers. We'll make fajita strips. You know, you can chop up peppers and put them in a lot of things. And so we wind up using a lot of peppers actually, and like to grow a lot of peppers. And so far, looks like it's going to be a successful season. And this is the Marconi actually. They're not unturned yet, but it's supposed to be a red pepper as well. I think we got one down there. There's a little one is turning yet. A little one down there is turning, see? But these are going to be the Italian frying pepper style peppers, and they're starting to come along pretty good too. I think I see one back there. It's going to be a good size. See it way back in there a little bit. So we haven't been happy with our pepper harvest as of the last couple of years. Thought it could have been better, should have been better. I think we finally got to a point where we can say, hey, we got some really good peppers coming along. Another thing we tend to eat a whole lot of is green beans. If you've watched us at all with me in the garden and talking about things we love to grow, you're going to understand that me, you know, born and raised in the Blue Ridge Mountains, or foothills of Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, we love green beans. All right, that's just a fact. We love green beans, and so goes back to my great grandma. Planted a bunch of green beans. Full story. She planted a crazy amount of green beans, and she was able to supply a lot of people, with plenty of green beans for a whole year, just by herself. And so I still love them. They're delicious. Maybe a little bit of nostalgia and everything else too, but they're awesome. And I'm a little connoisseur of them, so we have certain varieties we love to grow. And we're going to show you just how we're going to show you just how beautiful they are. We planted them on teepees this year. All of them on teepees. We used to put some on this trellis behind here, and it just wasn't as productive. So we just kept them on teepees. I think they're awesome. Angela and I both just love the look of green beans on teepee, and you know what? There's a reason for that. That's just beautiful. Just beautiful. This is Tar Heel beans, Tar Heel green beans. So these pole beans are longer, take longer to produce. Okay, and you see here they're just not coming on really good. And I think Angela's picked a few, but nothing crazy. But they will produce well, and it just takes them a little while to do so. You got those, and then this one right here, another one, and this one. Just look how beautiful they are. Again, these will wind up running 10 feet probably into the air, 10 feet high. And these, because right now we're about 6. Another one here. These are all Tar Heel beans. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the 4th one, and then the 5th one's right here. Beautiful, heavy producers. They're going to be great.
Honestly, if you're looking for a delicious green bean, I'm going to be a little biased maybe, but at the same time, I think it's a fact. If you see one that said it was originated in North Carolina or has anything to do with North Carolina in it, it's going to be a delicious green bean. I don't know what it is. It's just awesome. We're trying one other that's not a North Carolina bean, but it's also not an American bean. So we're going to try it as well, but this year for the first time. But then this next bean is called North Carolina Long Greasy. I mean, that should tell you right there. A long, greasy bean originated in North Carolina. It is my favorite green bean, okay?
Another pole bean that takes a while to grow, but heavy producer. Some up here, they're coming on really well. Super flavorful, just extraordinarily flavorful. If you love green beans, there's no reason to not grow this one. I'm saying that to you, mother, because you won't grow it. But these are amazing green beans. Heavy producers once again on that one, and we got this one again here. It's a shorter TP, but it's going to keep growing up anyways. And then here's another really long, tall TP of them. You look at this. Just look. I'm 6 feet tall, 6'3" pretty much, and this is well over my head. This is 7 foot in the air already. Maybe 8, honestly. It's so tall. They're going to produce so many beans. Just look, such a strong bean vines too as well. Very strong. And here again, look at these. Just beautiful, beautiful beans. Oh goodness. See, this is why we adore all these. These are so awesome.
I mean, you can hear how much I love these beans and how fabulous I think they are. I would encourage anybody to grow these varieties. Now, one thing's gonna happen is you're gonna realize that the seeds are not cheap for green beans, for these specific green beans, because they're not easy to find. They are rare, but if you can find them, then you're gonna pay a little bit for them. But then the good thing is you can save the seeds yourself and not necessarily have to buy them again the next year.
And here is the classic. It's the old school Romano bean. Okay, there's a lot been done with this bean over the course of time. It's been made into a bush variety and everything else. I think this is the old school Romano green bean that is it's an Italian variety that just grows really long. See, you can see here there's gonna be long beans. There's gonna be really long beans, long, flatter beans, I think. But Italian varieties of vegetables are also very stinking delicious. Look how I'm growing here and through here, right here. See, look, these are again. Look, here's another really tall. Look, that's probably another 8 feet tall almost right there. Really huge, really tall beans that take a while to produce, but they're gonna be really nice producers. See,
that's something again. Any kind of vegetable you see, if you're looking for heirloom varieties and you see an Italian heirloom variety, probably should go ahead and try that one. It's probably gonna be really, really tasty. Italian farm country and Southerners have very similar tastes. I'll be honest with you, they really do. I don't know why that is, but that's just my belief that Italian farmers, rural Italians, have very similar tastes to rural Southerners, and I think there's a lot of things that coincide there, and how they feel about their chickens, how they feel about green beans, how they feel about tomatoes, right? All these things. So I tend to relate a lot to that. And honestly, Southerners love Italian food. Hang on, let's say it like my mother. I love Italian food. No, see, that's not a good impression. I've got a Southern accent, but not like my mother. Italian. It's Italian, right? That's Italian. She likes to make an Italian cream cake. So Southerners and Italians have very similar taste. My mother knows I'm just messing with her. I was also a test because I know she doesn't say anything. She didn't watch this video. just testing her, see if she actually watched her, and I bet she don't. Another thing we love to grow is white Dixie butter peas. It's not a common thing to grow, obviously, but we adore them. We adore them. We usually plant them. We used to plant them in the ground all the time, and they're really hard on your knees and your back to get down there and deal with. So we put some in a couple of green stalks this year, and I think it's going to prove very beneficial. Just look behind me right here. This is 2 green stalks full of them. Just a wall of green. There are 2 green stalks in there somewhere. This is the green one, this is the brown one. So maybe you can see it in there a little bit, but this is just full of foliage and growth. You see how they form on these essentially bud stalks, and you see them growing up right here, right? You gotta be very careful with them not to knock off those buds, but let's see if I can find one to grow. And I thought I saw one a minute ago. It's a little bigger. Right here, so they're a little bit bigger. Yeah. See, they're flat right now. There will be some peas that come along, and you start to see the little ridges. But this will be full. This should be full of with peas, but when it's ready to pick. They're honestly so delicious, so good that I can't imagine my life without them at this point. I really can't. Sweet potatoes are growing well right here and right here. If we can keep something from eating the edges. I think we might have fixed it. I'm not sure that we've had any other problems with something eating them since we put these little snakes in here. Right. I did a video about that. So I think the snakes may have fixed our problem. That's a good thing. Potatoes I think are doing well, but man, they've all fell over and they're a mess right now. But I think they're doing well. I think they are. Angela said she felt down in there and found some potatoes in there. So we'll see. Probably got another few weeks here before they're ready to harvest. Now let's go over and see the tomatoes, shall we? We have a tomato jungle on our hands. Okay, hear me walking in the leaves. Sorry if it's kind of loud, but this tree above me loses its leaves really fast, so we already got dried leaves all over the ground. Let's look at the tomato jungle, shall we? Just a wall of tomato plants right here, going over the privacy fence to the neighbors. I don't know what to tell you. That's a 7 foot tall, 8 foot tall tomato plant right now already, just like right here. Huge, massive amounts of tomatoes. I mean, they're just everywhere, hanging in here. And we're not even in prime season yet, but look at those beauties. Look at that. Just beautiful tomatoes. Now, the fun part about this is there's 20 tomato plants in here, okay? There's 20 tomato plants. Over here we have 4 Homestead varieties. They're called Homestead, and they're producing like crazy. Yeah, I was just standing here looking at them. There's a lot of tomatoes coming on, folks. You can see over here, and loaded over there, down through here, up in here, just everywhere, right? Look at these beautiful tomatoes. Down here some more. They're everywhere. And this is what you can see. I mean, there's 4 plants here. There's a whole lot you can't see. That one is getting ripe, melon back in there getting ripe. So they've just collapsed everywhere as well. Luckily the privacy fence is gonna hold them up on the back side. But man, look at that. Those have fell backwards. I'm telling what's going on in there. Wow. I think so. That's Homestead variety. We have some Haussenator. We have Haussenator and German Johnson, some more Haussenator, Yellow German, Ruby Dawn, and some, let's see what else is down here, probably Cherokee Purple, Ruby Dawn, and Cherokee Purple. That's probably what it is. Yep, see, look at those beautiful ones right here. Those are Ruby Dawns. Okay, these are going to be some Ruby Dawn as well. All right, Ruby Dawn is a Haas hybrid variety that is
honestly amazing. Look right here. So this tomato plant got here, and then fell over this way, and this right here. It's fell over here. It's going over here, and it's these fell over from back here, going this way. Look at that. Just amazing. Amazing tomatoes. Look at all these. Boy.
So there's a story behind those tomatoes. We probably talked about it earlier in the year about what we was wanting to do, you know, needing to do something different with them. So we put them on the other side of the yard in a spot where we never had tomatoes before. Obviously that helped. We streamlined how many we planted. We didn't plant as many. We were supposed to, I think maybe Angela said that, maybe I said I was gonna plant, we was gonna plant 14 over there, and somehow or another it wound up being 20. I don't know if it's my fault or her fault or a combination. I'll take the blame because I think it's probably closer to my fault. But we just kind of get stuck on it, and don't really know how to stop. Honestly, like, it's a good thing we only have this backyard that we're doing stuff in, because it's a good thing. Honestly, it's a good thing that we keep it under, that she's kept me under control. Because if it was up to me, I think I'd plant 100 tomato plants back here just up this line and say I'll figure out what to do with them later. I really think so. I've got problems. I think it's all genetic, but so I'll blame my parents. That's better. That's what a good kid's supposed to do this day and age, right? Blame your parents for all your problems. So that's what I'm gonna do. It's all their fault. It's their fault I want to grow all this food and have 1 million chickens. But so the tomatoes are doing great, peppers are doing great, green beans are awesome. I want to show you this rosemary plant.
Look at this. I transplanted it. We overwintered this plant from last year, and we transplanted it into a larger grow bag. Ooh, hummingbird. Hey, hummingbird. Anyways, we transplanted it into a larger pot, this grow bag here, this year, and it's already insane. It's so big, beautiful, it smells so good, and it probably needs a larger pot again, being real with you. It's awesome.
So that's about it for now. We got some green stalks. We just planted some green beans in. They're popping up pretty good.
They're starting to get some green beans, some blue lakes popping up in here. We planted 1, 2, 3, 4 so far with these blue lake.
So that's probably it. All right, that's it. So we do have a lot growing, but we didn't, have the variety necessarily we planted in the past. We did plant some zucchinis and some squashes, and Vine Board got a couple of zucchinis over here. They may be growing over here pretty good, but we got them planted late. Doesn't matter. They're summer squashes. They have plenty of time still. Yeah, I think they're growing pretty good over here. I'll show you these zucchinis over here. They're growing up pretty good.
See, these are coming along. They're getting there. We'll have some zucchini on here eventually. Get plenty of stuff popping up in there, so we'll have something somewhere.
Alright, that should be all. Thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate it. My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you and goodbye.